Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Culture Effect podcast. Today, we have a special guest here with us today, Mr. Weston Hill. He is a Hampton University graduate and an entrepreneur, owner of the Tax Bizz. So, we're going to have a great conversation with him and learn all about his HBCU experience and his business. So, stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, all right. Right. All right, all right. I was trying to get that off screen, but yeah. So welcome in, Weston. For those of y'all who don't know, that was a Hampton University band. So we always just like to play a little bit of whatever HBCU we have represented here. We just like to play a little bit of the band or the dancers, just to show everyone who's not familiar a little bit of that HBCU pride. So shout out to the Hampton University band there. Um, yeah, so let's get into you, Weston. So let's hear all about your HBCU experience. But before we get to that, let's start from the beginning. Give us a little bit of your background.
Okay, awesome. Definitely appreciate it and appreciate you for having me on and allowing me to share my experience and also share my business on your platform. So definitely want to give it back to you. And you guys are doing some amazing things for HBCU graduates, entrepreneurs, and business professionals as well. So definitely appreciate it. So from the top, I'm from Deerfield Beach, Florida. I during high school, I went to a school called Blanche Ely in Pompano Beach, Florida, and I was blessed and I had the opportunity to play on a really good football team in high school. And a lot of my um, teammates received scholarships. And after high school, I actually went to a junior college, and I went to that junior college in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And after attending Grand Rapids, Michigan, I was put in a position where I put myself in a position to earn a full scholarship to actually four black colleges, right? Four HBCUs. And it was Tennessee State, Alcorn State, um, North Carolina A&T, and Hampton. And, when I took my visit to Hampton, I mean, it was just amazing experience. They treated me really good from um, actually getting off the plane, to leaving the campus. Everything was organized, planned out very well. They showed a lot of love, and I just wanted to attend the university. There was a lot of professionals there, a lot of people that wanted to be successful, and the football team was doing really well as too. So I went to Hampton University and on a full scholarship, and that's how I got there. That's how I actually got to Hampton University. But I didn't know. The crazy thing about it is that I didn't know about Hampton in high school. I learned about Hampton through attending Grand Rapids Community College. One of my best friends, had a full scholarship offer there, and he told me about Hampton when I was in junior college in Michigan.
Wow, that's amazing. You got a full ride to Hampton. Wow.
Yeah,
That,
right. Yeah.
that's amazing. I mean, because, a lot of people, and myself included, still got a bunch of student loans paying back. So just having that opportunity to have that full ride, I mean, that's a blessing in itself. So let's get into your experience at Hampton. So you get to the campus of Hampton University. What was that experience like for you?
One of the um, key experience that I had when I first went, I didn't go to Hampton when I was a freshman. A sophomore came in my junior year because I was going to junior college at first, and you had to do 2 years at junior college then to attend a university. So one of the key things that I remember at Hampton was when we first went. The football players would go in the summertime, and when we first went, it was just a football and a band there, right? And when the freshmen would come in like a few weeks after, and when the freshmen were coming in, a lot of the freshmen were getting dropped off with both parents, right? And the parents were um, just by looking at the parents, and they were extremely successful, right? They had nice cars coming in, they were dressed in suits, really professional. And from where I came from in Deerfield, Pompano Beach area, I didn't see that a lot, right? I didn't see a lot of foreign vehicles and um, um, entrepreneurs and people that had high paying jobs. I'm talking about six figure, well over six figure entrepreneurs and six figure professionals. I just didn't see it, while growing up. So when I saw that, I was like, man, one day I want to be like that gentleman that's coming on campus, like that father, that parent that's coming on the campus. When I saw it, and it just changed my mindset immediately, right? And that was something that really stood out to me at Hampton when I first got started. And I was talking to some of my classmates at the time, and I was listening to their upbringing, their experience, and their high school experience, and it was totally different than mine. So, and by meaning that they were already thinking about college um, and since elementary school and middle school, they were preparing for this moment. And that was something that the environment that I grew up in, it wasn't taught. Although my parents went to college, both my parents went to HBCUs, but the environment that I was in, it wasn't. You know, um, we weren't talking about HBCUs and entrepreneurship, and it was that kind of environment. Like, hey, you got to play football. Football is kind of the only way out. So um, that was something that stood out to me when I first got to the campus.
Okay. I love it. So just being surrounded by really, it just it exposed you to a different world, pretty much. It exposed
Yes,
you to a different world that you weren't used to. Okay, so you came your junior year, and so you finish Hampton, and what happens next once you get your diploma? Where did your degree take you?
so my junior year going into Hampton, right? Um, my son was born, right? So during my junior year, my senior year after graduation, I moved. My wife was attending University of South Florida, so both of us were from Broward County. She was from Pompano Beach. I was from Deerfield, but she had just graduated from University of South Florida, and she was kind of already situated, as far as apartment wise, and I was moving back in state, so it was a good decision. A year um, after graduating, I stayed home. I was working in the school system, and I was trying to give football another shot. And I said a year after that, I moved to Tampa. And after moving to Tampa, with my wife, we I started working in corporate America. Right, I had got my teacher certificate shortly after graduating from Hampton, and I was looking for jobs. They were on a hiring freeze in Florida, so for an education system, and I remember trying to just do anything right to work. I was taking on security jobs, and I even applied for a job to work as a cafeteria assistant. Because you couldn't find any jobs when um, I first graduated back in 2008. So I was just trying to get my feet in the school system and eventually get me a job as a teacher. So I was working the after school program, managing a mental health facility, and I was also working as a manager of a nightclub. And during that time, I think during that time we graduated, it was kind of like a recession a little bit. It was hard to find a job around back in 2007, 2008, and I was just trying to do anything just to make sure that my son was well taken care of.
Mm. I mean, but hey, that's what you got to do. You made it happen. You took on little jobs and you made it happen. So, which Lisa, so how did you're the owner of the Tax Biz, right? So, at what point throughout your journey did you become an entrepreneur?
Okay, so again, I owe a lot of that to my wife as well too, because she was attending USF, and one of her friends, she introduced me to one of her friends. One of our friends that went to high school was actually dating someone that they got in the tax industry. And once she introduced me to him, Just gave me the blueprint. He was extremely successful in the industry. He had 3 years. He had a lot of success in the industry, and he was looking to open up 12 locations. And he said, "Hey, would you be interested in this?" And at the time, he had made about $540,000. His third year in the industry, and I was like, "Of course, I want to look in the industry and see what I can do to actually put myself in a position where I could be an entrepreneur and also change my life."
Wow. Wow. So, well, shout out to your wife then. She, she said she put you on and got you in this business. So tell everyone. So let's start with the basics of the tax business. So what, I know we were talking beforehand. I know you say you have kind of two different sectors. You have the tax biz, and then you have a different tax
Stop
sector.
USA.
Oh, says okay. So let's break down both of them. Let's start first with the tax biz, and then we can break down the other business.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So the Tax Biz is a tax software company, right? So we provide software, right? Tax software, and we also provide marketing assistance, and we also provide training as well too. And under those three umbrellas, there's a lot of things that come along with that. So, as far as a training, we provide social media training, we provide business training, we provide websites, logos, we provide um, business automation, virtual assistants. We teach entrepreneurs actually how to take on other business opportunities as well too. And we actually show you how to start your business, start from finish, right? So we show you how to set up your EIN number, your P10, your LLC. Um, we show you how to set up your EFIN. So we provide full assistance. So basically, what we do is we can have someone join the tax biz without any experience in the tax industry, and we can actually show you from the ground up, right, how to build your business, and you can actually be successful in the first year um, of starting of owning a tax preparation business.
Okay, and then let's get into the second business. What's the name of the second one?
So the Tax Stop USA, which is powered by the Tax Biz. So the Tax
Mhm.
Stop USA is a full tax preparation company, right? So we provide um, individual tax returns. We do individual tax returns as far as W-2s and self-employed and small businesses as well. And we also provide business startup and credit repair with the Tax Stop USA.
I see. Okay, so the tax biz pretty much shows other people pretty much to become like you to become entrepreneurs in the tax business, but Tax Stop USA actually does taxes. So if somebody wants to come and get their taxes done, like in tax season, they will go to Tax Stop USA.
Correct.
That
Correct.
kind of okay.
So
I
basically,
get
like, the Tax Biz made the Tax Stop USA website, mobile app,
it. Mm-hmm.
filing process. It provides all those services. So there are two different umbrellas. So basically, what I'm doing for entrepreneurs, I'm showing them actually how to start their own business, just like I did with the Tax Stop.
I get it. Okay, and it's like one pretty much feeds off the other one. Okay.
Yes.
I got you. Okay. I like that. I like that. So okay, so you being an entrepreneur, right, and teaching others about the tax business, what are some things that a lot of people may not know about the tax business? Just some like a few little tips that you can give us, but just like a few tips that even people who want to get into and start their own tax business, what are some things that they should know starting off?
Mhm. The process is to start a tax business. A lot of people think that you have to be kind of like try to be an expert in math, and you don't. Um, as long as you're good at data entry, you can be extremely successful in the tax industry. There's a very low startup cost. At first when you first get started, it's not a high startup cost. You can do it part time as well. You don't have to take a uh, full on business as well when you first get started. You can also start virtually as well too. You can get an office from your home. You can have a home office and service people from social media So that's some of the things like, a lot of people like, man, I got to be an expert in math. I have to be an expert in calculus. And all you have to do is just understand tax law, which is pretty simple because what we do is we provide a course to all our mentees. We have a online course, it's online tax school called the Tax Bizz University, where we actually teach tax law and everything's registered with the IRS as well too. So we make it extremely simple to be successful. Obviously, any business that you do, you got to put hard work and have some consistency and dedication behind it. But we give everybody, as long as you have the mindset, we put everybody in a really good position to be successful immediately with all the tools and resources that we have.
Okay. I like that. And it makes sense because a lot of people probably would think, okay, I'm starting a tax business. I need to know how to do this and know how to do that. But what you're saying is you don't necessarily have to have all these things that, most people would think. Basically it's not as hard as someone would think to actually start their own six-figure tax business, right?
Definitely not. Definitely not. I would just recommend, I was talking to a young lady today and she was asking me like, hey Wes, how were you so extremely successful within your first year? Because my first year, my office did $252,000, but I was on a 25% revenue share, which means that I received 25% of $252,000. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought that everybody was successful immediately, but when I look back on things and I kind of evaluated my process when I was starting the tax biz, because the goal was to put a person in a position to have as much success that I had the first year. So when I did all my research and I realized that one of the key things why I was so successful, even though I had to work extremely hard to save up and work, I had actually had another job, night job to save up that $5,000 to start my business. But it paid off because I had a mentor that actually guided me every step of the way. So it put me in a position to minimize on a lot of mistakes. I just followed the blueprint. Everything that he told me he did, I did. I did everything he told me. I didn't get off track. And that helped me out a lot because there's a lot of people out there that I'm talking to, and they're like, "Hey, I've been in the industry for 4 or 5 years, and I haven't had any success." Right? And I listened to their experience, and I'm like, "Wow, you didn't have a mentor that showed you the ropes." And when you put yourself in a position to have a mentor to show you the ropes, you minimize on a lot of mistakes.
Having a mentor. That's important because, like you say, you literally follow what the mentor told you, and you were able to be successful versus somebody coming in not really knowing anything, or even if because I'm sure a lot of people they think that they can figure out it on their own, so they don't need a mentor. And like you say, they're not as successful as they could be because of that that scenario there. So definitely having that mentor. So and I want to ask you too, what are some you throughout your entrepreneurial journey, right? And even with you having that success that you had in that first year, there's always obstacles that come with entrepreneurship. So what are some of the and I'm sure it's probably, quite a few, but what are some obstacles that you've had to really overcome thus far? And how did you get through that and really keep going in this world of entrepreneurship?
I mean, there's a lot. I know a lot. That's a great question because a lot of entrepreneurs talk about the great things about it. Right? You can come in the tax industry. I always tell people that there's 105 days in tax season, right? And the average preparation fee is $300, right? And some people actually charge more than that. You do one person per day, you made $36,000, right? Well, $31,000 in about 4 months. But there are some headaches that's gonna come with that. You have some days where you might come in your office and the internet's not working. You might have some outraged clients. No matter what you do, no matter how great your customer service is, you can have Chick-fil-A customer service, right? And you have to handle some situations that um, you that weren't expected. Every day is different in tax season because you're dealing with people and different situations come up. So at times, you can have some very stressful days, right? With tax season, right? And there's some times where you don't have any stressful days, right? Um, so those are kind of the challenges that you face. You can just the different days that you have, and sometimes you have to have a really good customer service and be patient because
Mm.
sometimes some unexpected things may happen along with your business and also the IRS. Like this year, the IRS, they held a lot of tax returns and they were backed up due to coronavirus. They were backed up due to the
Yeah.
child care tax credit. So
Mhm.
a lot of people were extremely frustrated, and there was a lot of things that what happened that were out of our control. And we had to explain to the clients we got calls that we didn't normally get, and it can be stressful on your staff. It can be stressful on you, but what I always tell people is that it's a part of the business, right? If you
Mm.
want to make a six-figure income, you want to be successful and you want to be an entrepreneur, that's how I kind of adjust myself. I'm like, hey, clients are going to have problems, and what I can do is create a really good foundation, a really good platform. So when I do have problems, I'm able to get on them fast and minimize them and apply the best customer service that I have, to make sure that that client is eventually comfortable.
Yeah, no, and that's true. Like you said, there's always, it doesn't matter. You can give the top notch customer service. Like you said, there's always gonna be somebody that got something to say, somebody that, leave you a bad review. And that's just a part of the game, it really is. Um, so I want to, so for people, let's just say someone they're listening to this, they're watching this, and they're like, okay, I want to start tomorrow, or maybe in the next week or so. What does somebody need to get signed up under the Tax Biz and start their own? What would they need today?
Well, basically, they would just need to get an investment, right? So we have two options, right? We have an option where you can just purchase the software, and when you purchase the software, you'll get one-on-one with me, and I'll show you exactly how to start the business. Now, that software package is geared to someone who wants to create their own platform without any assistance, right? And they say, hey, look, Weston, I kind of want to create my own platform. I'll go out and purchase my own training and, show myself how to do it. Or a person who all has experience, right, in the industry already. Someone that's probably was working in the office location already. Someone that worked under another individual. And say, hey, I kind of want to branch off and I know exactly what to do. I just need the software. And I just need you to show me what I need to do to get started, and I'm good to go. Right. So that's $6.99 to get started. And once you have that investment, you can get started same day. And the process begins immediately. Now the mentorship is different, right? So the mentorship, you get the software. It's $25.99 for the mentorship, and we start the process same day, right? So eventually, if a person gets started and once they make the investment, to get started, we start you the same day. We'll schedule your one-on-one. We have something that's called a Tax Biz Blueprint Startup Guide, and I personally walk you through that. We get on a Zoom call, something kind of similar to this, where we can kind of see each other, and I walk you through all the steps. It takes about 45 minutes to walk you through all the steps to make sure that you get started immediately. And we start the process immediately. The marketing team reaches out to you to create your website and your logo, and then the Taxibiz University, you have some great representatives over there that reach out to you to make sure they walk you through to your online portal and your course to get started. And then my software team reaches out to you to make sure that you download your software immediately. And then I let you know the mentorship dates, and you're started, right? So the process starts immediately. And the reason why we take out fast is because I believe that speed kills, right? And I feel that if you can get done fast, you can make sure that you're putting yourself and getting your office together, and you're putting yourself in a position to be successful immediately. You'll be ready, in a position to be ready by December 1st. But our actually tax season starts in January, but we want to put you in a position where everything is done in December 1st and you're ready to go, right? You're focusing on getting clients in the door in December and focusing on all your marketing strategies. So, uh, but your foundation is done by December 1st. That's the goal for everyone. So it's a really simple process. As long as you follow the blueprint, it's a really simple process to get started.
Okay, I got you. So you have the option if they just want to buy the software, and then the other option is for the mentorship if they actually want you pretty much to walk them through it and step by step, right?
Yep. And the mentorship is a 5 week course, 5 week mentorship as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's overnight, but We take you through the mentorship. And if though for those who follow me on social media, the mentorship is not only about taxes, right? So we actually, what we do is I have other speakers that come on. So I have experts in the Airbnb industry. I have experts from the tour industry. I have experts that teach you how to build your business credit. I actually just had a meeting today with a gentleman that's actually going to be showing all of my partners how to build a business credit and put in a position to get up to $75,000 in funding.
Mm.
Actually, I started with that today. I had a meeting with him today. We also have experts from the trucking industry. We have uh, credit repair experts as well too that come on. Manufacturing spending experts that come on and show everyone how to be extremely successful. In that picture that you're looking at right now, that's one of my mentors, Jeremy. Um,
Mm.
Jack Lucas. He has um, a mentorship called Trapper's Way Out, where he actually HBCU grad. He graduated from Bowie State,
Okay.
and he actually showed me how to put my mentorship together. And he has an event that we're at an event in um, the Upper Marlboro area. And
Mm.
he's been extremely successful in showing entrepreneurs how to build a business credit, create additional sources of income, and putting a lot of people in a lot of position to be extremely successful.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, so these are all pictures from an event, from his event that you went to. Okay.
His event. Yeah. So a few of I had like about 10 partners that were there. The other picture was my sister. She,
Mm-hmm.
she's a Facebook guru, Facebook group. She shows entrepreneurs actually how um, to get leads and to help people and how to show you how to build your Facebook, all right, and marketing. And she shows you how to actually be successful in Facebook groups. And she's doing an amazing job with the tax business as well too. All her clients came off social media,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
she has
Okay.
a six-figure business in Facebook as well too.
The power of social. I mean, social media is really powerful. I know that could probably be like a whole nother conversation, like really just the networking that takes place on social media. So, um, but yeah, so and I know this has been good, and I really got to understand the different components of the tax biz. But as we get ready to wrap this up, I want to ask you, and this is kind of tying everything back to your experience at Hampton University. What were some of those life lessons that you learned from Hampton that you carried over with you to this day, and that even possibly help you in your business ventures?
One of the things that carried over was being a professional at all times. When I first got to Hampton, I didn't understand why they had so many requirements at first, right? I know freshmen had to be in the dorms by 9 o'clock. At least once a week, everyone had to actually dress up casual in a suit. You know, ladies on the campus couldn't wear halter tops. Guys can have tattoos that were visible when I was there. And so I didn't understand why at first, but they were building us to be professionals, and the thing was um, that they taught about excellence. They taught about being excellent a lot. Putting us in a position to be excellent, and you know, um, just knowing, when you're going out there, knowing how to carry yourself, knowing how to communicate, network, and like I say, be a professional at all times. And that was something that they were sticklers about, timing, and make sure that you're being on time and not taking any excuses. That was something that they talked about a lot. They talked about excellence and standards, right? So I know they had something that was a Hampton called out by five, right? And if you broke a rule, you were out by five. Your parents had to come pick you up at 5 o'clock in the morning before the next day, and you were actually kicked out of the university. So
Oh
you
wow,
weren't the rules. So that was something that people were
wow.
sticklers about, and making sure that they didn't get kicked out by five. And on the football team, we had our football coach was extremely strict as well too, and making sure that we were on top of things, make sure that we're getting our grades at all times. So I took that away from Hampton. Um, Definitely had a huge impact on my success, and you know, um, that's why you'll see me posting Hampton a lot. And and I'm extremely proud of that opportunity to actually go there and graduate.
Yes. I love it, and that's the thing, because I know me, my experience being in Tuskegee, that was a thing too. I had a professor who, like, if you were like 1 minute late to class, you close the door on you and you can't, you just have to come back tomorrow. So I think, that's the thing, like going to HBCUs, it really teaches you like that professionalism and that no excuses and really like being on time. So I love it. So once again, for those who want to become a part of the Tax Biz, they like everything they heard, where can they sign up? Give us all of your website and social media information.
So my website is www dot thetaxbiz.com. But um to get access to me, all you have to do is go to follow me on Instagram, and it's at the tax biz underscore, at the tax biz underscore with two Z's, BIZZ. And the link in my bio, I have a link tree link in my bio. And once you click that link, you can actually schedule a 15-minute call with me, and we can kind of go over your goals and see exactly what you want to accomplish. And I don't, you can't, I send you the information. If you can't actually join the mentorship or purchase the software, because I just don't let anybody in the business. I have to kind of talk to you and evaluate you first, because everybody that bring the business are professionals, they're entrepreneurs, they have a really great mindset. So I always talk about uh, quality instead of quantity.
Mm.
Right. So I kind of interview everybody first to just to make sure that they have the correct mindset before just jumping into business. And so you can't actually go to the site and just jump into mentorship.
Oh, I like that. So pretty. It's all, and I like you said that it's quality over quantity. So it's not anybody can't just get in. It's like they have to be. You got to fill them out first. So they click your link. They schedule a consultation first, and then if they're a good fit, then they can be a part of it. And I think that's an important concept for entrepreneurs to know too, because a lot of people think they just want to take all money regardless because it's money, right? But a lot of times it may not be a good opportunity for you. Sometimes you may have to pass certain things up to get those quality people. So yeah, I think that's good for
Yeah,
people out there listening. Hmm.
yeah, that's definitely. I mean, all of everybody that's in my first mentorship, I had 18 people that got started, but I probably could have brought about 50 people in. But
Hmm.
I'm not afraid to say no to a person, because if you don't have the right mindset, and you don't understand business, you don't understand that obviously you can come and have success within the first year, but I'm looking for people that wants long-term success, right? And that's why I do have other entrepreneurs that are on the call to share their experience, and also as well too, provide all of my partners with other opportunities as well too, so they can be successful as well in other ventures.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Like I said, that can be a whole nother conversation about business and that whole thing. But no, that was good. But once again, this has been a great interview with you, Weston, and speaking with you. And once again, so for everyone, they want to learn more and sign up. You're on all social media platforms. At the Tax Biz underscore and taxbiz.com, right?
Yes, I'm on
Okay.
Facebook as well too. You can find
Okay.
me at the Tax Biz on Facebook, and also my name's Weston Hill on Facebook as well.
Okay.
So you can contact me. It also as well too, if you're interested, you can also text me if you're interested. You can just text TaxBiz to 813-640-4974. You can text TaxBiz and just let me know that you're interested in getting more information to 813-640-4974. Then we can, um, I'll send you the appointment link, the schedule appointment, and we'll have a 10 to 15-minute conversation. We'll review your goals and see if you're a good fit. And if you're interested in starting, we can get you started immediately.
Okay, sounds good. And I'll put the number there too.
Appreciate it.
All 813-640-4974. Text the Tax Biz to that number, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, this has been good. Well, once again, it's been a great interview with you, Weston, and hearing all about your business and your HBCU experience. And we definitely look forward to hearing more from you. And thank everyone for tuning in. And we will see you soon.
And